doing, Beth?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well.
Just doing skim coat here.
That wasn't on today's agenda. We have a tight renovation timeline.
I missed that meeting.
It was right there on the wall. Today we've got that Lowe's sponsored vanity install.
I've been looking forward to that.
Have you?
For a long time.
Well, let's get to it.
Let's go.
All right. Hi, welcome to Nestrs YouTube channel. This episode is sponsored by Lowe's Home Improvement. We're going to show you how we installed this vanity into our newest Airbnb listing.
What she said.
All right, so we got screws to install a vanity, the proper bits to install the screws, a stud finder, your drill, adjustable wrench, a level, you'll need caulk, silicone, caulk gun, how about a tape measure, shims to make your vanity level, Teflon tape for plumbing, and then don't forget some pencils. All right guys, so we're working in a very small, very old bathroom that we're renovating, to be fair, but it really doesn't change the fact that the walls are old and the space is just really tiny.
And uneven.
So we're gonna have to modify the back of this vanity just a little bit so they can fit in the space nice and snug but still be centered on everything. And all we're gonna do is this little panel back here, we just took out the staples and we just removed it. That way, the back of this vanity can be right up against the water line. The plumbing can go on as needed, and no one will know.
We got a little bit more space between the tub and the vanity.
Right, and that is aesthetic. But we should be good to go after that.
I think so.
Great.
Okay, so immediately I'm noticing that got a little bit of an unevenness here, so I'm going to take my wooden shims and we're going to shim out the back corner. You also want to make sure that it's flush against the wall so that when we screw into the wall, you're not going to have any wiggle room there either. So when installing your vanity, you're going to make sure that your vanity is level. Right now we're a little bit off, so I'm going to have to put a shim on the right side here to balance that out.
All right, so once your vanity is level, you're gonna make a mark on your shim so that you can make an accurate cut so you don't see your shims poking out from underneath your vanity. And never forget when you're using your power drills to always use the proper safety equipment. Now that we made the proper cuts, we're gonna put those shims back under the vanity and double, triple check for level.
Is this Sarah level? So it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Great.
Yay!
Alright, so now we just make sure that we're drilling into the studs.
So we need a stud finder.
We need a stud finder.
I know where to find one. Did you know that my name on Words with Friends was Stud Finder?
I remember that. That was like 14 years ago.
Not that long ago. All right, so you need a stud finder. You got this handy dandy tool, and all you do is you press the button. Oh, look at that! Stud through and through.
Don't put a screw there.
Oh, I've already kind of put a dagger in your heart, haven't I?
Do you want to try finding it on the
Yeah,
wall?
I'm gonna try the stud. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the stud finder on the wall. Oh, and just that. It doesn't like what we're doing. Okay, she's looking. And we found it! Alright, so we only found one stud, which is totally fine, because if we go, the studs are 16 inches apart, so if we go that way, we're beyond the vanity. If we go this way, we're beyond the vanity.
Not going to help us.
Not going to help us. But it's fine. So do you want to use, I've got those cabinet screws, they're 3 inches long, they've got a washer on them. That should be great, right?
Absolutely.
And we could just do one up top and then one at the bottom.
Yep.
And we should be totally fine.
Mm-hmm. I do recommend that we pre-drill holes, so this way it's easier to screw right in.
It's easier to go in.
Yep.
Okay, great. So
and
let's get
it'll also create a cleaner finish for us.
Right. All right, so let's get our drill bits, our drill, and those screws.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and hold this for you, so while you pre-drill, it won't move on you.
Perfect. Teamwork. That's why we're husband and wife team. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
So here's the stud, and we're going right here.
Star bit.
Star bit. Now we're going to secure the cabinet. I've got my cabinet screw and the correct bit.
There you go.
We're still level.
And it's solid. Oh.
Solid as a rock.
It's good.
Great.
And it's still level.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Nailed it. I can't get the cap off.
Alright, so if this is the first time it's coming off,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So I grab a box cutter, and I don't use a sharp edge. I use the dull side of it, and I push away.
Boom.
So rather than put the sink top on the vanity in that tight bathroom space, we're going to get a couple of horses, put the sink top here, and install the faucet where we have plenty of room to work. This way when we pop in the sink, it's going to be done for us, and all we have to do is silicone in it on top. Make sure you buy the right faucet for your sink before you make a final selection. You could get the white set plate, the center set plate, or you might just be going with a single. In this case, we're using the center set.
Remove stopper and flange. Screw the nut all the way down and push the black gasket down too. The manufacturer is suggesting we apply silicone to the underside of the flange. Remove pivot nut.
So before we put the bead of silicone on the cabinet, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everything's fitting okay by a dry fit.
Pretty!
It's perfect. So the stem that's sticking out is 1.5 inches for my plumbing. I had to get a reducer to 1.25 inches, and I bought one of these kits plus a couple other extra pieces that are 1.25 inches. So they just kind of go together like Legos. Can I say that? So this is your basic assembly here. Now I'm going to have to turn and twist it a little bit for it to fit up with the bottom of the drain here. And then this piece also is going to adjust in height, and I'll adjust it accordingly as needed.
Okay, so now is the big test. We have to take out the aerator for this Delta faucet, and then when we take that out, then we can run the lines, flush the lines, and check for leaks.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a towel.
Okay.
Right? If any goo comes out of there, call Ghostbusters.
I will. All right, so the water in for a minute, so now we're safe to put the aerator back on, and then I'm gonna caulk the back of the backsplash here, and we'll be good to go.
Great.
It helps it not spray everywhere.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, so we totally did it. Our faucet works, the vanity looks great, and this Airbnb is getting so close to being done.
We want to thank Lowe's Home Improvement for sponsoring this video, and for other great videos on their YouTube channel, you can click the link here. If you want to check out the show notes below, you'll find links to all the products that we use in this video, as well as tools.
Yeah, and if you are interested in daily shenanigans by yours truly, we're super active over on Instagram. We are at Nestrs, N-E-S-T-R-S, but for now, we gotta bolt because we have the rest of this Airbnb to get together, so thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.